Hey everyone, Anthony Bonaducci with Cosmos back with another quick hit video. So today's topic is BC native reporting. A lot of confusion, a lot of misconception around it. Look, I'll make it as simple as I can possibly put it. BC does have some reporting capabilities, but BC is not a reporting tool. That's the simplest way I explain it to customers. ERPs, whether it's BC or something else, they have reporting capabilities. They have to, or no one's going to buy them, but it's typically not at the level that users actually want. And I think there's a lot of frustration in our channel, and I'm pretty well credentialed to speak to this because I spend a lot of time every day and every week and month talking to customers. And so many of them have gone live. They were told that native reporting was going to do all these amazing things. And as we all know, that's not typically the case. They run into walls and they run into them pretty quickly. So basic stuff, sure, you can do that. Out of the box reports, Power BI reports out of the box, that stuff is a great starting point. But when we see the reports that our customers create in Cosmos, these are reports, a lot of them, that you literally cannot do using native reporting. So now there's a gap. And what do they do when there's a gap? Well, if they're smart, they're going to reach out and ask about other solutions. If they're busy or they're just not able to really think about it, they might just head down a path. And oftentimes what that looks like is copy pasting, manually consolidating, massaging, all kinds of copy and waste, as I call it, which is a huge time suck. That's not efficiency. That's just wasted time every day, every week. And so there's a reason that third-party tools exist to solve that reporting gap. Because if you think about Business Central and you think about your customers, or if you are a customer of Business Central, you might have multiple companies. You might have lots of dimensions. You might have a specific way that the board wants to see the reports every month, or you might have internal ways that you want to display the data. ERP reporting is very rigid. It also requires a developer skill set for a lot of the reports that users want. So now not only can we not get certain reports we need, but now we also have a bottleneck because I have to call a developer every single time I need a report. The reason Cosmos exists is to solve all of that. You can create any report you want and just do it yourself if that's what's interesting. You can also, of course, call a consultant. There's hundreds of them out there trained on Cosmos, but the bottom line is native ERP reporting is not your end game. It might work if you're a very, very basic company that has very unsophisticated reporting needs. You may be able to cobble enough together to get by, but your data is a gold mine. You want to be able to create the reports you need when you need them, any way you want them to look and feel. So, for example, one thing that comes up all the time that customers are frustrated about, they've got multiple companies in BC. BC handles that great. So obviously the reporting side is going to be super easy, right? Wrong. As we all know, unless you have a consolidation company, you're not really going to easily get data from both. So what do customers do? They run a report for company A. They export it to Excel. They run it for company B. They export it to Excel. They run it for company C. Export it to Excel. Once they ran it for their 10 companies, they get to do the fun copy, paste, cell reference, waste all that time. And not only is that incredibly error prone, but it's manual. You have to do that every single time. And guess what? If you want to drill back and see the transaction detail behind numbers, you can't. You lost all that when you copy pasted. And that's the kind of stuff that's second nature in a third-party reporting tool, right? That stuff's easy. Multi-company reporting, you report on as many dimensions as you want, format everything as specific as you'd like, and you never have to just go in and manually massage things and copy paste, and that's a big time suck like we talked about. But if you do have a reporting horror story, or if there's a report that keeps you up at night, or a process around reporting that keeps you up at night, drop it in the comments. Or if you just want to chat about any of this, feel free to reach out, drop a comment below. And again, thanks for tuning in for another couple minute video here.